Chapter 10, Lesson 3, Qin and Han Dynasties. The essential question for this lesson is, how do governments change? Section A, the Qin Emperor. Guiding question, how did the Qin Emperor unite China? How did Qin change China? In 221 BCE, the ruler of the Chinese state of Qin took control of China and ended the Zhou dynasty. The new ruler called himself Qin Shi Huangdi, which means the first Qin emperor. Qin brought many changes to China. Qin wanted to unify China. He took control of China's provinces. Before then, the provinces were ruled by aristocrats. The aristocrats passed control to their sons when they died. Instead, Qin now appointed the governors. Qin's rule was harsh. Anyone who disagreed with him was punished or killed. He burned writings that did not agree with him. He appointed censors to make sure government officials did their work. How did Qin unify China? He created a single currency that everyone had to use. He hired experts to simplify and set rules for the Chinese writing system. He ordered farmers to build a canal connecting the Changjiang River in central China to a city in southern China. Qin began a project that connected a series of walls across northern China. The goal of the project was to keep the empire safe from invasion of the Xiongnu. The Xiongnu were nomadic and skillful warriors who fought on horseback and attacked Chinese settlements. When Qin died in 210 BCE, aristocrats and farmers revolted. By 206 BCE, the Qin dynasty was over. Section B, Han rulers. Guiding question, what improvements did the Chinese make under Han rulers? Han Wudi. In 202 BCE, a new dynasty in China called the Han Dynasty came to power. The Han Dynasty would rule China for over 400 years. The first strong Han emperor was Han Wudi. Han Wudi ruled from 141 BCE to 87 BCE. He wanted dedicated and talented people to work in the government. He created schools to prepare students for civil service jobs, or government jobs, given to people based on their scores on tests. The civil service tests were a way of choosing educated government workers. The tests in the Chinese civil service were very difficult. Some students who passed got jobs as teachers. Others worked in the government. They won great respect because they were well educated. Expansion and culture. During the Han Dynasty, many farmers became tenant farmers. A tenant farmer works land that belongs to someone else. Most tenant farmers were very poor. As the population grew, the Han Emperor took in new areas. The Han armies conquered lands to the north, including Korea, and moved south into Southeast Asia. They went as far west as India. The Chinese lived peacefully for nearly 150 years. During this time, ideas, art, literature, and science blossomed. The ideas of Confucius influenced more people. New paintings and sculptures were created. Writers wrote about current events. They made copies of old works. New technology helped Chinese farmers produce more food. The cast iron plow was developed. It could break up soil better than wind plows. Water wheels ground more grain. Silk manufacturing improved. Paper, a Chinese invention, was used to keep written records. The rudder was a new way to move a ship's sail, which allowed for Chinese to travel farther. Doctors discovered that certain foods prevent disease. They learned to treat some illnesses with herbs. Chinese doctors relieved their patients' pain with acupuncture. Acupuncture is a practice of inserting thin, short needles into a patient's skin at certain points to relieve pain. Section C, on the Silk Road. Guiding question, how did the Silk Road benefit China and the rest of the world? New contacts and trade. During the Han period, Chinese traders grew rich by delivering expensive goods to other parts of the world. Both sea and land routes led to an exchange of goods and ideas. In 139 CE, Han Wudi sent a general named Zhang Qian to explore areas west of China. Zhang's mission was to find allies to help China fight their enemies. He returned 13 years later. He had not found allies. However, he told about the people and places he had seen. He told Han Wudi about the strong horses of the West. Han Wudi wanted these horses for his soldiers. To get them, the empire encouraged trade between China and the West. Chinese merchants traded silk, spices, and other luxury goods. This trade route to the West would later be called the Silk Road. The Silk Road was a network of trade routes. When it was completed, it stretched from China to the Mediterranean. Travel on the Silk Road was difficult and dangerous. Traders had to cross high mountains and vast deserts. Robbers and thieves also traveled the roads. Over the years, China came into contact with other civilizations. Chinese inventions such as paper traveled along the Silk Road to civilizations in the West. Section D. Buddhism reaches China. Guiding question: why did Buddhism become a popular religion in China? Why did the Han Dynasty collapse? The Silk Road also served as a way to spread ideas. Buddhism spread from India to China along the Silk Road. At first, Buddhism attracted few followers. However, the long period of unrest after the fall of the Han Dynasty helped the spread of Buddhism. Many of the Han emperors after Han Wudi were weak and dishonest. Greedy aristocrats took over more of the land. They forced many farmers to give up their property. Finally, the people rebelled against the Han rulers. In 190 CE, rebels destroyed the Han capital city of Wuyang. By 220 CE, civil war divided China. For the next 400 years, China was divided into many small kingdoms. The long years of civil war made many Chinese feel unsafe. Many turned to Buddhism. Buddhist ideas appealed to people dealing with fear and worry. By the 400 CE, Buddhism had become one of China's major religions.